Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this special figure showcase we're going to be looking at not just Generation 1, we're going to be looking at Generation 1.5 as he's known in America, but also known as the European exclusive, and of course Generation 2 Bonecrusher figure. So as you can see, I've got multiple variants of this figure in front of us. It's just a quick showcase of him because obviously we were all very excited with the fact that we're going to be getting Studioseries 86 updated versions of these figures, so I thought I'd update this video myself as well. Before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. Now, I've also got multiple gift sets to the right hand side of me, which I'll show you in a second. But I suppose the funniest thing or craziest thing that you're going to see out of this entire collection is I don't actually have any boxed examples which are Hasbro variants. I've got multiple others, but none actual Hasbro. And funnily enough, guys, you may not know this either, but in the UK, there was a thing known as the Curse of the UK for Generation 1 Transformers, and we didn't get Devastator. Honestly, we never got Devastator until the 90s when it came around the time of the Chinese reissues and some of the Mexican figures started to make their way over. So in 85, when he first came out and we all saw them amazing cartoons, we weren't able to get him. And I suppose for that reason, I never had him as a kid, so that's probably one of the main reasons why I just went a little bit nuts on him in my adult life. So what we've got here, this is his robot mode. It is super basic. You've also got to remember as well that these were transforming robots before they were actually Transformers themselves. Again, not the Diaclone, but the other machine. Is it Machine Robo? I've completely forgot, but I know it's Construction Robo, that's it, the Construction Robo gift set, which I haven't gone down the Diaclone alley, but here he is in his robot mode. I'm lucky enough with this that this was pretty much an unused set, so the stickers are very good on him. That is things that you need to be aware of. If you have to purchase these for yourselves, you're looking for the black screws inside them, you're looking for stickers. They can of course not look the greatest, and of course any of the actual metal can perish as well. Right, there is the alternate mode. Again, it's just, they just work so well, and it's quite, I suppose, a good argument as to which color scheme suits them best. Now, there's also been recorded, and I don't have any because they are super rare, Sage A versions of Generation 1, so packaged on Generation 1 cards like so, but they are in fact a yellow color, slightly different from the Generation 2, I believe. I've only seen articles on these. Yeah, it's as I say, it's quite fun doing this. It's been interesting. I've had a few people saying do some showcases of all your figures again. A, it's just hard to set them all up, but B, it also makes me realize, as you're about to see in a minute with the Generation 2 Devastator, that sometimes I need to update some figures. This is how he came packaged in Italy. They changed his name to Scudo, and he came in these little boxes here. These little boxes are pretty much exactly the same as the Takara boxes. You've got the lovely extra artwork on the back. You've still got the robot points, but of course they've changed the name of him. Now with these, if my memory serves me correct, I probably should have opened this before I did the video. No, it is an unused one, and as you can see there, they've got a stopper, and the reason why they've got a stopper is because in Italy they went that one step further. I know that most of the spring-loaded mechanisms in the US were neutered. They weren't, they weren't very powerful, or they took the actual springs out. In Italy, they went one better, and they put these stoppers in so you couldn't fire any sort of projectiles. You could pop that in, but let's be honest, that wouldn't do any damage whatsoever. So yeah, in Italy you had the stoppers instead of everything else. They also copied Takara in a way that they put every single figure on the instructions, so it was industry standard, and they could just put one of these in all of the individual boxes. Now they also came in gift sets as well, which, to be fair, I think I'll show you now because that's the main things I've got of Generation 1. They are the gift sets. Now, I don't know if these are going to fit. I'm going to try. Now, these are empty because, of course, I've got lots of different variants out on the shelf. This is, let me pan back a little bit because I want to show you the beautiful artwork on this particular box set. So this is the Takara box set. This came out, as you say, in 85. It's a little bit battered, but it's different to the Hasbro. They obviously all would have come in their vehicle mode there. You've got the lovely artwork of Devastator at the front, and then if I carefully turn this around, at the back we've got, again, one of my absolute favorite artworks from the Japanese boxes. There is the beautiful 85 battle scene with the inclusion of Devastator, way more Dinobots, Blitzwing, and of course the ever present red tracks, which of course didn't come to be. So that is the Takara box set. And as I say, the funny thing with this is I have no standard Hasbro versions. This is the Italian gift set. So again, this was made by Jeeg, which you can see there at the bottom. You've got the normal Devastator artwork there. And again, they would have come packaged in alternate mode. That is all their Italian names. And then on the back, you've got your more standard 85 battle scene. You can see how much they've literally took out. It's crazy. The last gift set that I've got, and this one's quite interesting, and the figures are still inside. And that's because I don't want to take them out. This is the Mexican gift set, and I'm really lucky that the condition of this as well is stunning. But you'll also notice probably straight away the striking color difference in the green. So if you've got some really bright green figures, and they're definitely vintage originals, chances are they are the Mexican variants, because they are, as you can see, a very striking green color. They've also got different date stamps, but again, you see them in more detail in the individual figures review. There is the IGA, which was IGA Plasticos, which was of course the Mexican company licensed by Hasbro and Takara to make these figures. And of course, we've still got the same battle scene on the back, but what they also did was they removed the robot points, because these came out quite a bit later. They wouldn't have come out, you know, on the same time span as everybody else's. And you may have noticed that the cardboard wasn't the best quality. Right, last quick look at G1, and I've done this backwards because the G1 Devastator is behind there. I need to of course readjust the camera, so let's come back down. We've got here, this is a Canadian. You've got the dual language there. It is just about sealed. The bubble's slightly starting to come off, which is panicking me. And this is again how they were packaged in 85, with the instructions on the back, with the tech spec there, and of course with the rest of the figures there as well. Right, what I need to do, because I've been very keen, you've already noticed he's missing an arm, obviously. So this, of course, is your Generation 1 standard Devastator, which is still one of the best figures ever made. I absolutely love it. The only thing that's crazy is just how small he is compared, well, what your memory is. I say you just remember him being much bigger, but even, you know, back then, it's crazy. That's just like a normal Power Master Optimus Prime or Jinrai, whichever continuity you follow. And of course, look, he's nearly as big as him. So in today's standards, in today's, I suppose, talk, he's pretty much only a fraction bigger than your Commander class Optimus Prime. Let me get rid of that glare for you for a second. So again, it's funny how you remember these as kids being much bigger. And yeah, brilliant. There, of course, is Bonecrusher on that arm right there. Right, let's slide him back. So this is where it can get perhaps a teensy bit confusing, because what I've got here is, this is not the Generation 2 version. This is the European exclusive that came out in the early 90s. Let's see, yeah, 1991 it says on the back there. And of course, Generation 2 didn't start until about 94. So in Europe, for absolutely no reason whatsoever, in fact, we do know a reason, because I spoke to the Hasbro designer, whose name was Andy Cousins, bless him, God rest his soul, who's not around anymore, that when they got these, with the permission to do these again and redeco them, due to cost-cutting exercises for some crazy reason, they didn't include any of the combining parts. So you can see there, that is just Bonecrusher by himself. And I've got all of these on card, the European exclusives. None of them have combining parts at all. Which of course is very strange, but I suppose it's going to go down in Transformers history. I suppose it's the same as if you've heard about the Rescue Force, which was 4 bots from Leo Kaiser which don't combine, and of course the Motivators from Generation 1, which again didn't transform, and they used the Road Caesar molds. Right, this is what I've learned from now doing this video, that I don't actually have a complete G2. So I wanted to show you the difference as well. So if you have a look at the front of that Bonecrusher's shovel, see there, the dumper shovel, if you have a look at the Generation 2 version, just to remind you, oh no, you've got the Generation 2 logo there as well. And yes, you can see that I've had to mishmash this up with some normal Generation 1 parts. So funnily enough, I've just this second managed to win a G2 scavenger, so I can actually complete this guy, but I will in the future. This is going to be one of my New Year's projects, to get a Generation 2 Devastator in a much better state than this. So of course the Generation 2 had all the new logos on them like this, with the purple writing. I doubt I'll ever be able to get a yellow Sage A1, so I think just managing to complete a decent one of this, maybe going for a loose 1.5 one as well, because they had some differences on some of the other figures. Some of their parts were grey. For example, on Scavenger he had a grey arm, etc. So that, unfortunately, and he's probably going to fall over, but if he can balance there, we'll do there. Moving on to the main reason for this video. I've had loads of people ask about the orange Devastator. Now this, for me, especially being in the UK, was just so difficult to get hold of. I believe it's a KB Toys exclusive. Now, someone told me, I think in a comment, that they found them somewhere else. I've never heard that in the entirety of the time I've been collecting these and speaking to my American friends. See, there's the standard colour Generation 2 Devastator colours. I've never heard of anybody seeing these pop up anywhere apart from in KB Toys, and they were just like you get your Walmart exclusives now, etc. That's exactly what this was. It was just a Generation 2 bright orange Devastator figure, which I'm sure you'll agree is simply quite striking, and it's really difficult, I suppose, to pick out of the three which is the best. But I'm gonna end this video there. As I say, I intend to do quite a few more of these videos where we're discussing and I'm bringing out all the different variants. It's one of the main reasons I started doing the particular channel, to be able to show people the different variants of all these figures that we've had from around the world. I'm just going to wrap that up right here though, guys. Let me know in the comments what your favorite color is of these, and also again, just have a check through my G1 playlist. If there's a figure there which I've not done or haven't done in ages and you'd like me to update, please let me know and I'll get around to doing it. In the meantime, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care.